The mind has never-ending desires. This constant desire after desire after desire after desire. It's never-ending. But what are you actually desiring? Aren't you desiring fulfillment? To feel full? Aren't you desiring to be whole? Aren't you desiring to be complete? Aren't you desiring happiness? Aren't you desiring love? Aren't you desiring peace? Aren't you desiring freedom? Aren't you desiring rest, relaxation? Aren't you desiring more? Notice how all of these desires have not yet been satisfied. That's why there's constant desire after desire after desire after desire. Don't you think that if these desires have been fulfilled, then you would have arrived at this place of, now I feel whole, now I feel complete, now I feel fulfilled, now I'm happy, now I'm loving, now I'm peaceful, now I'm free, now I'm at rest, now I'm relaxed. See that all these desires that the mind has cannot be fulfilled by anything in what you perceive to be external. See that you're looking for happiness in materials. Maybe I'll get a new computer and then I'll be happy. Maybe I need a new sports car and then I'll be happy. Maybe I need a bigger home and then I'll be happier. What about love? You know what? I need to get married. I need to be in a relationship. What about peace? I need alcohol or I need drugs. What about freedom? You know what? I really need a vacation, then I'll be free. Or I need more money and then I'll be free. What about my career? I need a better career, a more fulfilling career. Something with more meaning and purpose. Then I'll be fulfilled. Maybe I need a different partner. This one doesn't feel like enough. I feel incomplete still. Maybe I just need more time healing myself. I feel so broken. I don't feel whole. I feel incomplete and broken. Notice how there's these never-ending desires that feel like they keep you on this hamster wheel, chasing things outside of yourself as if this car is the source of your happiness. This other man or woman is the source of your love. That your peace is somewhere at the bottom of a wine bottle. That your freedom is on a vacation to the other side of the world. Notice how all these desires depend on something. There's this belief that what you really want comes from something outside of you. But don't you think you would have found it by now? Has anyone found some source of everlasting happiness, love, peace, or freedom in a car, in a vacation, in a home, in a relationship? No. Why is that? Because it doesn't exist outside of you. It's seeing clearly, being radically honest with yourself, that you've been on this hamster wheel for far too long, that you keep looking in the same places. You're looking for this feeling of security, this at-homeness in an actual physical home. But we both know that home is not enough. There's always something wrong with the home, something that needs to be modified, altered, expanded, changed, decorated, designed. It's just not good as it is. More and more desires. You think that you find love in a partner only to have this feeling of, yeah, but I still need more. I want more. It's not satisfying. Is there actually love here? Why do I want more love? Wouldn't this love from my partner be enough? Did you even find love in your partner? No, because we can't find love in another. Notice how any material that you think, you know what, it's this ice cream. Ice cream makes me happy. But then doesn't it feel like it slips through your fingers? I need more ice cream. But doesn't more ice cream make you sick? How can something that makes you happy make you sick? We confuse pleasure with happiness. Pleasure is for the body. This ice cream is a pleasure. It's not the source of happiness. Where there's pleasure, there's pain. Eat too much ice cream, and then you experience a painful stomach. You experience nausea. It makes you nauseous. Then you're throwing up. That doesn't sound like happiness. Maybe you need a vacation. Maybe that's going to make you feel rest, relaxed, free. And what are we usually doing on this vacation? Come the halfway mark. Experiencing anxiety of going back to reality, going back to work. It often takes us 2 days just to relax at this destination on the other side of the world, or some island, or a cottage. There might be a little rest, might be a little relaxation, might be a little sense of freedom. And then there's the anxiety, the fear of going back, the overwhelm, the to-do list of what you need to do when you get back home. And this is experienced maybe on day 3 or 4 of your vacation, which may only be 10 days. So we don't want limited freedom. We want unlimited freedom. We don't want love that's conditional, that's based on someone else being in our life. If a partner is the source of my love, then what happens if this partner is no more? What happens if this partner leaves me? What happens if someone else tries to take my partner? Well, I'm going to be pretty possessive, and I'm going to want to own and hold on to my partner. Maybe even get him or her to sign some contract to make sure they never leave. This is not love. Love is free. Any attempt to try and hold on to love or control love or possess love is not love. Or this happiness that is always dependent on an object. I need this computer object. I need this microphone object. I need something else. And then what do I find myself? Just collecting objects. I become very materialistic. Collecting all these materials as if they're multiplying my happiness. But look in your experience. It's almost as if the more things you own, well, these things actually own you. You become a slave to these objects. And then there's always this fear of losing these objects, that you need to secure these objects, perhaps with insurance, watching them, being careful who you lend them to. You probably might not even lend them because of this fear. What if they take it? What if they don't return it? I need to keep an eye on it. Why? Because you're confusing it with the source of your happiness. You're confusing the partner with the source of your love. You're confusing drugs and alcohol with the source of your peace. You're confusing a vacation with the source of your freedom. And all of these external sources are always limited. They're always impermanent. All these experiences are impermanent. There's a start and an end to all experiences. All experiences change. They come and go. They appear and disappear. Do you really want your happiness to appear and disappear? Do you want your love to come and go? Do you want your peace to slip through your fingers? Do you want your freedom to be limited? No, of course not. No one does. That's why it always feels like we just haven't found it. That what you're looking for hasn't been found yet. That's why we continue seeking through desires. And it's really understanding what you really want and seeing clearly that you don't really want a new computer. You might think that you want a new computer, but what do you really want? I want a new computer. And then what? Well, then I can be more productive. And then what? And then I can build a bigger business. And then what? Well, then I can make more money. And then what? And then I can be free. You see, you have to follow those desires further and further to see what are you actually longing for. These desires are very superficial. And if they're not looked at very carefully, examined in detail, then we see that all of these desires are very superficial. And if we go to the core of what all these desires are ever about, you see that they're always about happiness, love, peace, freedom. That you want to be full, complete, and whole. You're not desiring more. You want to be more. You want to have more. You want to do more. Notice how this is the theme of your life. Things are never enough. There's this sense of lack. So you want more. I want to do more, take more action. I want to have more. I want to be more. But you don't want to just be more. You don't want to just have more. You don't want to just do more. What you're actually seeking is you want everything. Trying to acquire more is going to be a very long process, an infinite process. You don't want more, you want all. Just simply recognize that. That more will never satisfy you. If I give you $5 million, you're going to want $10 million. And if I give you $10 million, you're going to want $20 million. You'll always want more. If you get a raise, move up. You're the manager, let's say, right? I'm being more. I have more titles under my name. I have more authority. And this feels like it hits the spot temporarily. And you feel like I've moved up. It feels like a status thing. I've moved up and there's this position. I have a little bit more power. But then it's kind of like, uh-oh, there's someone above me. Oh. You mean I could be the boss? I could be the CEO? Well, now I want to be that. I want to be more. I want to have more power, more authority, more money, right? It's never ending. That's never ending. But what do you actually want? Don't you want everything? You do. You do. Don't be ashamed to admit it. Be radically honest. You want everything. You want all. So why are you trying to have everything, do everything, be everything in little installments, like you're just collecting things one at a time? Why don't you just be all, do all, have all? In one shot. Why are you always going to tease yourself? Just getting a little taste of happiness here and there. making it feel like it's slipping through your fingertips. How do I get back there? Maybe I just need more of that. I just wish that happiness could just stay a little longer. Like I was just getting used to it. Doesn't it feel like that? If only I can go back to Jamaica. If only I can go visit Australia again. That was really freeing. Don't you want that unlimited happiness, that unconditional love, that perfect peace, and that freedom that's always here? What you're actually longing for with all of these desires is actually to know yourself. You're actually longing for your true nature. Your true nature is all of this. Your true nature is already whole, complete, and full. Your true nature is happiness, love, peace, and freedom. Your true nature is everything. And if I ask you, do you agree that your true nature exists? If I ask you, if your true nature exists, what would you say? Yeah, of course. There's something about me that's this essence that must exist, that my essence must be essential. Therefore, yeah, of course, there's something essential about me that must exist. There's something that's true to me that must exist. And now, if I say, well, that true nature, that true essence, you're saying it exists. And then I just ask you, well, would you agree that it must be here? It must be present. What would you say? I mean, if it's essential, wouldn't it have to be here? Yes. It would have to be present if it's essential to you. But where is it? Where is it? As you look around your room, where is it? It feels like that. If it's essential to me, then it must be present, yeah. Present means here now, yes. But where is it? It's closer to you than your breath. It's more subtle than your breath. If I ask you, are you aware? What do you say? Of course I'm aware. Duh, I'm aware. Yes. Okay. Now, how do you know that you're aware? Because you're aware. Just simply confirm it. Are you aware? Yes, I'm aware. But notice where you go to confirm that. Notice that experience, which is not really an experience. When you confirm that you are aware, what is that like? Is it not whole? Is it not complete? Is it not full? Is it not happiness? Is it not love? Is it not peace? Is it not freedom? When you are aware of being aware, that unique experience, which is not really an experience, is your true nature becoming aware of itself. And notice how it's here now. You're just simply realizing that it's here now. And let's just check to see if it changed at all. Just simply be aware, which is effortless, and just confirm. How do you know that you're aware? What is aware? Notice how you're not experiencing any sense of lack. Notice how there's nothing missing, nothing that needs to be added. Notice how there's no problems. Notice how there's no dwelling over a past or anxious about a future. Notice how there's just this awareness of this happiness, this love, this peace, this freedom. There's just an awareness of this wholeness, this completeness, this fullness. And notice that there's no objects. Everything else that you experience is objective. There's a subject that's aware of an object. This computer is an object. A car is an object. A partner is an object. It could be objectified. But notice how when you are simply aware of being aware, there's no object. The happiness is not objective. It's subjective. It's the subject. That the awareness is the subject. And it's simply being aware of itself. That your true nature is self-aware. It's aware of itself. It is the awareness. That's how you're aware. You are the awareness. The pure subject. Notice how everything else that you are aware of is objective. You are aware of the body. You are aware of the mind. You are aware of the sense perceptions. You are aware of the world. Everything else is objective. But you, the subject, awareness, you are now becoming aware of yourself. And notice how when we check, am I aware? Yes. Notice how that experience is always the exact same. The quality doesn't change. It's the exact same. It's a one-of-a-kind experience. Because it's not really an experience. It's that which is experiencing everything else. So, the source of happiness, love, peace, freedom is realizing that it does not need to look for happiness, love, peace, or freedom outside of itself. No wonder it's frustrating to look for happiness in objects, love in objects, peace in objects, and freedom in objects. Because you simply just got a taste that the happiness, the love, the peace, the freedom is purely subjective. It's not objective. Subjective meaning it's you. You, the subject, that is searching for the object of happiness, love, peace, and freedom. That's a game you cannot win. Because happiness, love, peace, and freedom does not exist outside of you. It's what you are. It's your true nature. It's your true essence. And the more you simply attend to yourself, just how you just did, the more you simply remain aware of yourself, the more that happiness, that love, that peace, that freedom is tasted. And the stronger that taste is, the more it's like you're smelling the aroma, the fragrance of your true nature. The more it starts revealing itself. Simply because you're paying attention to yourself. You're not ignoring yourself. Ignorance, not meaning stupidness, but ignorance, meaning you're ignoring yourself. Ignorance is the cause of suffering. And we ignore ourselves by attending these objects and getting identified with them. That when you just simply are being aware, notice that there's just this sense of I am, I exist, and not even a thought. It's just intuitively known, this inner knowing. I am. Just feel into that. And notice how there's just this awareness of being. But when this I am, which is your true essence, gets mixed up with experience, which would be the body, the mind, any sort of role or identity, it becomes mixed up with the experience. The essence becomes mixed up with the experience, becomes identified with the experience. And then there's the essence, I am, and then the experience, perhaps it's a role. I am a mother. I am a father. I am a businessman. I am a musician. Now it's, I am a musician. And then it believes to be the musician. When really that I am, when you just sit with it, really it's nameless, it's formless, it's timeless. And that experience of that I amness is always the same. It's changeless. And because you can simply check in with it anytime you want, it's always ever present. That the fact that you exist, not exist as a body, not exist as a musician, just exist. That you just simply are. I am. That amness, that being, that awareness is always ever present. It's always here. Your true nature is always here. Which means that happiness, that love, that peace, that freedom, that fulfillment, that wholeness, that completeness is also always here. And even better, it's what you are.